No phones, no laptops, no other gadgets, no tablet. Well, I am up for this challenge, Tech Today community. I love the fact that one, you're engaging on your favorite technology platform, Tech Today, and two, it is a challenge that I am genuinely relishing the prospect of. That means I have to switch off this phone for a day and last on a wearable. Now, my preferred wearable of choice is the Apple Watch Ultra 2 for three reasons. Firstly, it's the battery life. It can last an entire day, and that you'll need to survive this challenge. No topping it up, no charging it again. Number two is the fact that its health and fitness features are second to none. And thirdly, the cellular service works very well in the Apple ecosystem. But how does this really work in practice? These are things I'm telling you in theory. So I'm going to start by switching off the iPhone, and honestly, I'm a little shaky about whether I can last without the iPhone, but okay, that's my first call of the day. Hello?
Hello, Harish.
Yes?
Shoot ka call time, please.
Shoot ka call time, boss. Okay, clearly, we'll start in another 10 minutes. In fact, we're shooting one thing now, but that's how we do it on Tech Today. A lot more shoots coming, boss. We will start in another half an hour, okay?
Okay.
Okay, loud and clear. The camera team has already connected with me. My first call on the Apple Watch, and you could hear what it sounded like. You can also send a text message right over here. So if I want to send a very quick text message to say, message Big Brother, how's your day going today?
Okay, sending. To cancel, you can also...
So it says to cancel, you can also press the digital crown on your watch. It's sending as we speak. And I'm telling you, by the time I finish this sentence, if the brother responds, we'll have some sort of a social scene for the weekend. But messaging and calling works perfectly fine. Now, if you have AirPods or some sort of earbuds, you can also connect them to the Apple Watch and other wearables, even the Samsung Galaxy Watch for that matter. But the good news here is you can store some of your songs, also play music using the cellular plan. Right now in India, the cellular plans are free, so they can be tethered to your existing Jio, Airtel or Vodafone cellular plan on your phone. Well, that's only calling and messaging features on this wearable. And you'll say, Ayush is boring us with these features, because there has to be cooler things you can do if we're putting you up to this challenge. And yes, calling and messaging or with this cellular service works, but there are other reasons why I would go for the Apple Watch Ultra 2 for this challenge. The first one being health, and the second one being fitness. Now, fitness is going to be a lot of fun when we've shot a bunch of things for you for the past couple of weeks. But the main one, which is really important for all of us, currently in the times that we live in, is health. Let's talk about that. They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I can say the same thing about this particular wearable. Look, at home with friends and family, they think I'm very anxious all the time. They call me Google Baba because I keep Googling symptoms and stuff like that. But that's why this particular wearable can genuinely come in handy and really dispel some of those sort of doubts from your head because of a couple of features. They have, of course, the much spoken about blood oxygen monitoring, which is really affecting sales in the US as we speak. But most importantly, they have heart rate notifications, right? High heart rate, irregular heart rate. These are things that the Apple Watch is really good at. It also has a shortcut right here. And of course, it's best to do this with some medical supervision, but you can conduct an ECG with one node right here by placing your finger, taking a few deep breaths, and in 30 seconds, and just like that, in a matter of seconds, you can record an ECG, send it across to your doctor in the form of a PDF, refer to it in the health app, and it tells you automatically, of course, that it doesn't check for any particular disorders, but it does give you a fairly accurate ECG reading. We've had, Tech Today reports in the past where people have conducted these sort of tests on their Apple Watch and then been led to a medical expert. This is that one fail-safe mechanism, and I think for someone like me who's feeling, sometimes anxious, and there's a lot of people like me out there as well who really want that reassurance, this is one step before you really start getting into your own head, and that's a very handy feature. But once you've done all of this, you want to really get back to fitness, be it the gym, be it football, or even underwater. So I'm going to head to the football field and I'll tell you a little bit more about my day with no iPhone and just my wearable. There you see, phone still off, lasting on the Apple Watch, but I need a little bit of play. All work and no play, you know how that saying goes, and that's why I want to play some football. This wearable has been a worthy companion even on the football field. High heart rate notifications, what's your recovery like? Even when you go to sleep, it's telling you after a workout how healthy or fit you are. Even taking this underwater for a swim gives you your depth, the temperature of the water, can be used as a dive computer. That's why I said not the standard Apple Watch. The Apple Watch Ultra is really something that comes in handy with your health and fitness related activities. Now I'm going to go play a quick game of football, change into some football gear. You can watch maybe a few sneak peek shots, and then I will get back to making a call on my Apple Watch because I have a long way to go before I sleep. Well, there you go. You have your boarding pass right here as well. That means no printouts. It's an eco-friendly solution. A one-stop shop, it seems like. But what about my entertainment needs? What about other things like WhatsApp and accessing your email? Well, there are a bunch of things that would mean that I wouldn't be able to complete the challenge, but I am one who enjoys winning these bets. So for now, I'll board the flight and then I'll tell you about some of the things that I couldn't do in this challenge just on my smartwatch. No matter how competent, there are a few things that we couldn't do. All right, now we got to give you a final verdict for the purpose of putting up with this challenge. Of course, with the bare minimum, you could get by with a cellular Apple Watch Ultra 2. For instance, taking calls, messages, fairly decent. Sometimes the cellular network didn't catch up, but the times it did, you could, well, perhaps use this, but it's not entirely reliable, and that's because of the telecom service providers. If you're talking about battery life, we still have fairly enough juice left on this Apple Watch Ultra. After using it through the course of the day, boarding a flight, playing a game of football, getting your workouts in, and shooting this show. So battery life wise, if you get 30 to 36 hours of typical usage on the watch, it's actually better than even my Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra or even the iPhone 15. So that is a problem sorted. But you're not doing as intensive tasks on this tiny screen, right? To be practical about it, what if you want to use WhatsApp? What if you want to send a really verbose email? What if you want to play games? And what if you want to do what all of us creators do all the time, which is use Instagram and YouTube? You can't do any of that, of course, on your Apple Watch. Some notifications would come if your phone was on, but you cannot necessarily replace your iPhone with an Apple Watch Ultra. All of this is just to do with the features. Something that I inadvertently stumbled upon doing this challenge happens to be that this was the best way to actually do a digital detox. Now, that one quick cull and then you say, I'm not going to be using any devices altogether, that's not practical in 2023 and 2024. You do need to ease it in. So if I can have the important notifications, and everyone's been talking about it, even tech leaders, about lesser screen time, that was possible by me completing this challenge successfully because I just got my main notifications. I had my health and fitness features, I could travel, I could do quite a bit for a wearable. So it's very impressive in terms of the implementation. Thank you for putting me up for this challenge. Keep writing to me on social media, especially on Instagram. Well, all in all, it was an impressive performance by the Apple Watch Ultra 2, but there will be a few tasks where I will require my smartphone, my tablet, and of course, my laptop to edit this now as well. But I'm going to go back to the whole ecosystem, switch my phone back on, and we're going to continue with this show.